Real Madrid isn't just building a strong team. They're building a footballing machine, a squad so packed with talent, tactics, and terrifying potential that even Europe's best should be worried. But this isn't just about names, it's about structure, identity, revenge. So how did it all come together? And what makes this new Real Madrid unlike anything we've seen before? Let's break it down. To understand this new Madrid, you have to look at how badly the last chapter ended. Sure, there were world-class players on the pitch, but the system almost non-existent. The attack was disjointed, the midfield overstretched, the defense constantly reacting instead of dictating. Madrid looked like 11 talented players trying to figure things out on the fly, and in the biggest games it showed. Knocked out of the Champions League without a real fight, swept aside by Barcelona, lost every major competition to their biggest rivals. That wasn't just failure, that was a wake-up call. It wasn't just new players they needed, it was a new brain, a new identity. And that's where Xabi Alonso comes in. Not just a club legend, but a tactical mind that's quietly becoming one of the sharpest in world football. He's not riding the wave of his playing career, he's building something of his own. From the ground up. At Bayer Leverkusen, Alonso didn't walk into a super club. He took over a team that was mid-table, directionless, and struggling to find an identity. In less than 2 seasons, he didn't just turn them into winners, he redefined how they played. He brought in a level of control, fluidity, and positional intelligence that's rare even among elite managers. And the results? Bundesliga champions, unbeaten in the league. One of the most balanced and dynamic teams in Europe. But what's more important than the trophies is how they played. Every phase of play was intentional. High pressing that wasn't chaotic, it was calculated. Build-up play that wasn't slow, it was methodical. Transitions that weren't reckless, they were surgically precise. Xabi's teams don't just run hard, they think fast. They don't rely on chaos to create chances, they build them. Now take all of that and imagine it applied to a squad full of world-class talent like Real Madrid, where Ancelotti leaned heavily on the brilliance of individuals to pull the team through tight moments. Xabi Alonso builds systems that reduce the need for miracles. Under Ancelotti, the plan was often, let the stars figure it out, and when it worked, it looked like magic. But when it didn't, there was no plan B, no tactical fallback, just confusion. Xabi brings clarity. Every player knows their job before the whistle blows. Every formation shift has a purpose. From the back line to the attack, movement is scripted, but still leaves room for creativity in the final third. It's the best of both worlds, structure and freedom. He isn't asking his players to be robots. He's giving them a framework where their talent actually matters more, because they're constantly in the right zones, making smarter decisions and playing with flow. And let's not forget, this is someone who learned under the best. Pep Guardiola at Bayern, Jose Mourinho at Real, Carlo Ancelotti himself. He absorbed from all of them. But what makes Xabi different is how he's blended it into something uniquely his own. He's taken Pep's positional play, Mourinho's defensive structure, Ancelotti's man management, and combined it into a style that's adaptive, modern, and most of all, effective. With Xabi Alonso, Real Madrid isn't just adding a new manager, they're installing a system builder, a project leader, a long-term football architect, and for the first time in years, this squad isn't just rich in talent, it's rich in tactical direction. It all starts at the back, with Thibaut Courtois. When fit, he's still one of the best in the world. But in this setup, he's more than a shot stopper. He's the launch pad, calm under pressure, precise with his feet, and essential to playing out from the back. In front of him, a terrifyingly well-built back three. Dean Housen, the rising star, comfortable stepping into midfield, carrying the ball forward, breaking lines. Rudiger, the enforcer, but also the anchor. Strength, pace, and crucially, the awareness to cover when wingbacks fly forward. David Alaba, the hybrid, can slot into midfield, stretch the play, and reads the game like few others can. And speaking of wingbacks, that's where it gets dangerous. Trent Alexander-Arnold finally freed from defensive duties. He's not stuck as a fullback anymore. He's a playmaker, drifting inside, pinging passes, controlling tempo. This system is tailor-made for him. On the left, Alvaro Carreras Fernandez, smart, composed, and tactically sharp. He knows when to tuck in, when to stretch the pitch, and when to attack space. He brings wit and width, something Madrid has lacked on that side for years. And the depth, ridiculous. Militao, Carvajal, Mendy, Fran Garcia, players who could start anywhere else, now part of a rotation. This back five isn't just solid, It's elite, and it's built to dominate both with and without the ball. Midfield was Madrid's biggest weakness last season, but under Xabi, it might become their biggest strength. No more running without purpose, no more gaps between lines. Xabi wants control, and he's building the perfect midfield for it. The double pivot is the heart of it all. Eduardo Camavinga, press-resistant, aggressive, smart on the ball. He cleans up chaos and starts attacks. Fede Valverde, the engine. Endless stamina, but also tactical awareness, passing range, and a killer shot from distance. Together, they offer balance, defense and creation, energy and calm. Need more control in tough games. Aurelien Tchouameni steps in as the shield, strong, composed, and brilliant at reading danger. He locks down the midfield when Madrid needs extra stability. And in high-intensity moments, Dani Ceballos, not a starter, but the perfect disruptor. Presses like a maniac, moves the ball quickly, and adds tempo when needed. It's a midfield built for modern football, structured, dynamic, and finally, connected. Real Madrid now has what it's lacked for years, a tactical identity, not just moments of brilliance, not just a collection of stars, but a clearly defined way of playing football, a system, a purpose, a vision. For too long, Madrid relied on individual magic to win games, and when it worked, it was breathtaking. But magic fades, systems last. Now, under Xabi Alonso, every zone of the pitch is organized, layered, and lethal. The defense isn't just blocking attacks, it's starting them. The midfield isn't just running, it's dictating. And the attack, it's no longer chaos, it's controlled destruction. Depth isn't just about having options, it's about having the right ones. Every position now has multiple profiles, players with specific roles tailored to different match scenarios. If you need possession, you have the players. If you need intensity, you've got the energy. If you need structure, it's built in. Intelligence is the new standard. These aren't players just doing what feels right. They're executing game plans. They're adapting in real time. They know when to press, when to pause, when to overload, when to reset. And that's not instinct. That's coaching. Clarity is the difference maker. Under Ancelotti, there were moments when even the best players looked confused. Under Xabi, everyone knows their job, whether they're starting or coming off the bench. The randomness is gone, replaced by a clear idea. Dominate the ball, dominate space, dominate moments. This is Real Madrid rebuilt not just to compete, but to control. It's structured, it's modern, it's dangerous, and most of all, it's inevitable. Because now, you're not just facing Vinicius or Mbappe or Bellingham, you're facing a collective, a blueprint, a system that amplifies every strength and hides every weakness. Real Madrid isn't just back, they've evolved, and if this project reaches its peak, Europe won't just fear them, they'll chase them. So here's the big question. Can they dominate Europe again? Is this the beginning of another Real Madrid dynasty? Because with this squad, this manager, and this mentality, it's no longer about if they'll win, it's about how much. Let us know what you think in the comments. And if you're ready for this Madrid takeover, make sure to like, subscribe, and check out our next video. Thanks for watching.